Testing products the right way with Google Ads in 2024 can mean the difference between scaling beyond $100,000 per month in revenue or barely scraping by. So in this video, I'm going to show you my own new product testing strategy I'm implementing across all of the brands I'm handling, both personal ones as well as ones under my Google Ads agency, Euro Marketing. And you want to pay close attention to this because I've never gone over this product testing strategy in the past. Now, all of my previous videos have been all about just going from point A to point B. That's literally been the only strategy. Just go right in, launch a few campaigns and a strategy which tests the products properly, nothing else. Now, the right kind of approaches that we have taken in the past many times include things such as product segmentation based on the profit margins of those products, or based on the selling price of that product, or even things like the collections. But all of these approaches, what they lacked is one major thing, and that is real numbers and real data. This is exactly where the product testing strategy and approach is changing in 2024. Now, I like to call this testing approach the break-even ROAS and the break-even cost per purchase approach, because that's essentially what it is. The first step of this strategy before you go in and launch any of these campaigns you see right here is to actually understand your business on a fundamental level. You need to understand the general break-even ROAS per product, or in general, or the break-even cost per purchase in general. And this is going to actually help you create that strategy down the line. You can basically segregate out your different performance max campaigns, standard shopping campaigns, whatever way you decide to go through with these break-even numbers. So for instance, if you have certain products where the break-even ROAS is a 3x and anything below a 3x is losing money, then you can put all of these similar products inside its own testing campaign and basically test the products individually in that sense. However, if you have another set of products which only have a break-even ROAS of a 2x, well, now you don't need to put all of these products into one single campaign and just hope that Google goes out and finds you the right kind of people. Instead, what you can do is you can put these break-even ROAS of 2x products inside their own individual campaigns and let the algorithm optimize for these products differently. This could mean you set up that campaign individually in its own way, or you could lower the metrics that it needs to go after so that it can go out and actually get you those results. But ultimately, what you want to be focusing on is the break-even ROAS values that you add for each of these individual campaigns. And that's exactly what we have done right here. This first campaign is all of the products that have a break-even ROAS of a 6x or beyond, whereas this campaign right here is all of those products with only about 20% net margins. And that's basically the kind of layout and template we have applied across all of these different campaigns right here. Now, all of these are either based on target ROAS or just break-even cost per purchase. That's literally it. But another thing we have done here to add on to this testing strategy is to also launch some standard shopping campaigns. And these standard shopping campaigns are actually based on the product pricing itself. So this testing strategy, it's not set in stone. You should not just rely or just depend on one specific way of launching this approach. It could be divided up into several different approaches jumbled up together, which is exactly what we did here. We have the standard shopping campaigns, again, just going after the actual selling price. And these are some of our best performing campaigns. Now, this gives us idea, this gives a direction into which way to go, what this account prefers in terms of testing. But once you're done with the testing, then you want to continue testing into profitability and into scaling, because keep in mind, testing products is not just about finding out what's selling and what's not selling. Testing can also include finding the best campaign strategy for making lots of profits, or it can also be testing different scaling strategies, because each one of these products, believe it or not, can be scaled in its own unique way. So majority of the time, what we like to do is we like to turn one of these testing campaigns into its own profitability and into its own scaling approaches, because when we do that, we're basically using all of the data these campaigns already have gotten to our advantage. We're doubling down on that instead of starting fresh from scratch, which is what so many e-commerce brands do. The best way to do that is to just keep on adding to those individual testing campaigns. For example, if you have a break-even ROAS of a 6x campaign that's doing really well, it's spending the most amount of money, you can transition this into a testing and a profitability and scaling campaign by number one, increasing the budget and also optimizing the campaign regularly, but also number two, improving the margin. So going from just break-even ROAS of 6x to maybe also accepting products in here which are a break-even ROAS of a 4x all the way up to a 10x. So that when you improve these numbers, when you add in bigger pockets of the audience, well, now you can also test products very aggressively, but at the same time, whatever's already working, because of the higher budgets, because of how you're scaling this campaign with the budgets, now you can also scale those products and you can also keep things very profitable. But the main benefits of using this strategy and whether you should even use this strategy or not entirely depend on these three things. First thing you want to understand is that this strategy and this approach actually works regardless of the niche or the products you are selling. It doesn't matter if you're selling baby diapers or if you're selling big furniture pieces. This strategy can work because every brand has break-even ROAS numbers. Every brand has break-even cost per purchase numbers. The second thing and the most important thing is it really works regardless of your budget. You could be spending $50 a day and have segregations, maybe just one or two campaigns, or you could be spending $5,000 a day. It doesn't really matter. As long as you use these break-even numbers, that's what's going to make this strategy continue to work, and that's what's going to scale this strategy to the next level. But ultimately, the third and most important thing of all, this strategy forces you as a business owner to know your numbers, because if you don't know your numbers, then nothing else matters. And this really makes you understand your numbers, which ultimately helps your business as a whole, while also ensuring you test profitably with Google Ads. But if all of this seems like a lot for you and you run an e-commerce brand doing $40,000 or more per month in revenue, and you need just a little bit of extra help scaling your brand to the next level, go onto my website at yourmarketing.com and schedule a free call with me to see how we can potentially work together and make that happen. But I want you to check out this video right here on a recent case study I did on a brand which used a similar testing strategy to really scale beyond that 6-figure per month mark very quickly.